Hi, I'm Kate Ferdinand.
I'm Costa.
And this is how I train.
Get into a plank position.
Yep.
Before you start, just walk a little bit with the feet forward.
Yep.
And then remember just to control the movement, eccentric down, slow stop at 90 degrees and push forward up, okay?
I'm not quite at a...
You stop and you come up.
Because the thing is, I couldn't actually do this, could I?
You could.
When I met you. And I still can't do a full one, but...
You can actually. You say that you can't, but you can. And that's the benefit of the band. So it allows you to maintain the stability, a straight line from the head to the heels, okay?
And this really
and your hips don't
hard.
drop and you just focus on that upper body strength.
I realised that my form has been wrong for push-ups for so long. I was doing the kind of wrong techniques. I feel like I've had to relearn what I'm doing, and this has helped me get stronger. We were on quite a heavy band, weren't we? And then we're getting lower and lower.
We just did a progression in that sense. Usually the people where it drops is from the area of the hips. The variation, sometimes the people use the knees on the floor, and with the resistance of the band, we can actually just add that resistance and avoid the body just to drop and to maintain that straight line. As we do a lot of lunge variations, this is one of the ones that we do.
Why are you smiling? Because I don't like lunges. They're not my favourite.
You don't like anything.
No, I do. I do like some things.
But this is one of the ones that she complains a lot, so yeah.
I don't complain ever.
They're so important. So we're going to place the dumbbell on the chest as a goblet position. You're going to perform movement back. You can go.
Okay.
Give me a little pause and then power up with the knee drive. Okay, so what we focus over here, there's obviously a lot of balance and stability being on a single leg as a unilateral movement. Then we want to add that power with the knee drive, focusing on the core, and because the load is on top, it gets a lot of core activation.
And actually, I don't hate this one. To be honest with you, I quite like this one, but it's some of the other ones.
Because we do the triple of the weight, so that's why.
But I do like this because I feel like it's doing a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a singular muscle group, so I like those kind of exercises.
You can lean forward a little bit if you want to get a little bit more of a glute activation. Yes, there we go. Pretty much in every single session, so we go into the main movement patterns. So the lunge pattern is one of the main ones, and it's present in...
It's basically, I don't like lunges, and they're in every single workout.
Yeah, tons of variations. The load is present in different positions. So it can be on a suitcase, can be goblet, can be single load, but we do them every day, yeah.
I also feel like I love working out. Like I love the feeling of working out. I love how it makes me feel mentally, physically. But I don't love every single exercise, and I think that's fine, because sometimes in life you have to do things, you know they're going to be for the better, but doesn't mean you love them. Okay, so... See, I love these. I like this.
We're going to do a plank variation here on the Swiss ball.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to add that instability proper from the ball. So we're going to just place your elbows aligned with the shoulders, and you just hold the plank. Make sure that you brace everything. Grip a little bit more with the feet. And this is my favorite part, when I start to just...
He loves this. Do you do it just to annoy me, or is there purpose?
That's the main part, but it obviously adds her to just very unstable and to add that reaction. So she doesn't know where I'm gonna hit, and she has to brace and be ready to react all the time. It's working mainly on the core, upper body strength.
I can feel it everywhere.
Shoulder stability, which was very important along our journey because of the problems that she brought. We spoke about the instability. The main point is trying to avoid the hips to drop. Really suck your chest in and try to just raise and keep a straight line from the head to the heels. So you have that alignment of the body and really just put that intent on the work. Try to just brace the core as max as you can. Try to even grip and just control and react to the movement, to the chaos that I'm just creating here, and breathe along the way. Okay, she's very strong, but if you had to just show me how you could fail in this movement.
Drop the hips maybe?
Yeah, so for example, as you can see.
Because that hurts the back straight away.
Absolutely, so we want to avoid that, and we want to just focus on the anterior part and really, really brace it so we can maintain the straight line. This is one of our row variations, the bird dog row, okay?
Okay.
So, okay, you know what to do. I'm gonna cue you along the way.
Just to get my balance right.
So, one of the cues, the main cues that I use is the foot going slightly in so we can avoid the rotation of the hips. So this is an amazing movement to avoid the rotation of the back and just keep a straight line from the head to the heel, as you can see. Then she's performing the row. The idea is trying to bring the elbow towards the hip, like to put it on the pocket, okay? One of the benefits of doing the bird dog is obviously improve the balance and the stability, getting that coordination between lower and upper, and just getting that alignment of the body in terms of the posture. It helps a lot. She's changing the arm now. As you can see, she's just struggling now a little bit more.
I'm shaking so much.
Because of the movement. Try to showcase, go a little bit more and try to showcase the row where you're going with the elbow towards the hip. Ooh. Okay? Control it on the way down, the eccentric part, and then we pause at the top. Very good, keep the alignment. One of the good things is definitely not loading the back, okay? Usually in bent over rows and exercises like that, you can load the back.
For me, I feel like that is so hard because I'm balancing, it's like my core, I'm trying to do everything. And I like the feeling of doing a little bit of everything at once.
Yeah, straight away is a challenge, right? So it's just like, looks like a chaos, the movement.
Chaos.
So it's chaotic, a lot of things that we do, right? So one of the things is that anti-rotation, we want to really just get that body straight and aligned, and the progression that you did. So if you don't mind just showing, do it with the other leg.
That one?
Yeah, so if we move forward, it's the easiest version. Can you move forward? Yes. So as you can see, you can grip the bench with a foot over here, so she has way more stability. The more you move away from the bench, so the more difficult it gets. So even though, just try to balance now, extend for example the arm, and just holding that position is already challenging. When we row, you want to kind of really put the elbow on the pocket, okay? You want to bring it towards the hip, and avoiding just bringing towards your
My whole
chest.
body's shaking.
Okay.
So it's crazy because you're having to do so much in one movement. I've always had a great relationship with strength training, but I've fallen in love with it a little bit more since I've been in Dubai and trained with Amandio, because I've really seen the benefits of obviously the healing in my body, getting stronger. I kind of went all the way back to basics and couldn't move properly, and realised how important it is to really take care of your body, your posture, and do everything properly. So for me, it's been amazing. I love weight training, I love Pilates as well, and I feel like the mix of the two, my body's in like peak condition now, and I'm just grateful that I'm healthy and moving. So I'm Kate Ferdinand, and that is how I train.